In for the Night is a podcast that discusses movies, random topics, and gives you an excuse to just stay in for the night. Struggling over there?
No, just fine.
Your faces.
Faces what?
Of struggle.
Huh?
Bussery.
My feces?
Faces of...
Feces of struggle? What are you trying to say over there? Are you trying to say I look like shit? Thanks,
well, you
babe.
are brown.
I am. And my head is killing me, so...
Well, we're going to get through this. So he's not feeling too great. He has ingrown hairs on top of his head, and he's complaining a lot.
Something. I just have a pain on the top of my head. It's not the brain. Well, obviously the brain doesn't feel pain or have pain, but...
Neuroreceptors.
I got cat hair in my mouth.
Well, you were petting Nellie.
Sorry. That's gross, but I have cat hairs all over me. She was just sitting in my lap. She had the side of my lap in forever, but...
Right. Just swallow it.
Hopefully it doesn't get stuck in my throat. So yeah, she's picked so many hairs out of my head, but the pain is still there. It's not as bad as it was, so I think we're narrowing it down.
You put your head down, you can see where I plucked a shit ton of hairs out of your head.
And now it's stuck in the back of my throat. Damn it.
Welcome to my life, folks. He complains, but it's okay because I still love him. Maybe.
Sometimes. Just about never.
I was just about to say that. My name's Katie. My week has been going okay.
Your weakness?
Are you just going to do this the entire time, dude?
What happened? What's wrong?
Tell me, honey baby child.
Tell me, honey boo boo kitty fuck. What's going on?
You have like glitter in your beard.
I hugged the stripper.
Bitch.
Mm-hmm. She got some of those hugs.
Was her name Cinnamon Bun? What was the stripper you hugged's name?
Oh,
yeah. Crystal?
No.
Mercedes?
Ew. It's terrible.
I'm just thinking like Apple?
Apple?
I don't know.
Pineapple.
Was she bristly at the top?
She was. She was very pokey.
So we got a trans stripper, right?
What?
Okay. That had a weird turn. That's what she said.
It is a weird turn. You won't enjoy it.
It had a weird turn.
It did. It was crooked.
Do you get what I'm saying?
It was a little bit to the left.
Thank you.
I obviously knew what you've been saying, babe. I'm not that slow.
I don't know. Your head's hurting, so it might.
I'm only slow when you tell me like actual jokes, like the cat ran across the street. What was its name or some shit?
wait. Was this a joke I said?
Obviously not.
Wait. I have a joke. I have a dad joke. It's really funny.
Probably not going to get it.
You're probably not going to get it, but it's still funny.
There we go. Dad jokes. I don't get that.
All right. Do you want to talk about cat? Will you talk? Wait.
Wow. Good joke, babe.
Spot on. Can we talk about potassium?
No, it's in our bodies.
Just say yes.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Wow.
Did you get it?
Obviously, it's the
periodic
table
symbol
for potassium.
Thank you. See, you got it.
I love science, so I would get that. Yes. Okay. But other ones like
wait, here's another one. What do you call a line of rabbits going backwards?
What?
A receding hairline.
Oh my god.
Yay. Oh I heard that and I thought it was funny. Okay.
I don't know any dad jokes.
Welcome to our podcast, folks. This is completely...
Hi.
What's your name?
Whoopi Goldberg. Just kidding. Copyright.
WG.
Lur, like always.
Like, you can go like that. W. Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah.
What is it? WG?
Is she like your saint or something?
Like, she could have like a gangsta sign. If you are okay, I'm doing a sign to the camera. If you want to know what the sign is, join Patreon. It's $1 a month. You will see all the shit that we do with our faces.
All the shenanigans.
So I'm doing a gang sign for Whoopi Goldberg. What up, my G? I would probably be her best friend just because I feel like we would be snarky to each other and then she would try to dress me.
Maybe, maybe not. Or maybe she's just the complete opposite of what you think she is.
I don't know. She's on The View. She seems kind of like, I don't know, set in her ways.
I've never seen The View, so. I've only seen her in movies, which has been fucking 15 plus years since I've seen her in a movie.
Really liked her in Ghost.
I can't remember the last movie I even saw her in.
Karina.
Yeah, I would never watch that.
I know you wouldn't because you're sad. Anyway, let's move on. Our topic and our movie of the day. We just finished watching. What was your movie?
Dragons and Dungeons.
Sure. Dungeons and Dragons, Honor of something and something.
Honor of the Black Witch. Just
Honor
kidding.
Among Thieves. I did not realize this movie actually came out this year.
Yeah.
I thought it was an old movie.
I knew that.
Bitch, shut up. Anyway, so I was like, cool. I'm going to be the first to admit I was not excited about this movie because I don't like action movies.
It's not an action movie.
It is, but in my mind, I thought it was going to be like
full on action.
Yeah,
no.
that's like the only thing. But then I realized as soon as Chris Pine popped up in the fucking TV, I was like, oh, this is going to be a fun situation.
And it was.
It was.
Yeah, you hater.
I admitted.
Mrs. I want to watch Haunted House. She's like, I'm
Haunted
sitting
Mansion,
babe.
Haunted Mansion.
Earlier this morning before I went to sleep, because I work midnights for you that don't know, I was playing my game and she's like, babe, Haunted Mansion is on Netflix or Hulu
Disney
or whatever
Plus.
the fuck. And I was like, okay.
Like, and he didn't even, the thing that hurts my brain is he didn't fucking watch the original, which with Eddie Murphy.
Why would I?
Because it's Eddie Murphy. He's our boy.
I like action movies.
I thought you were going to say I like big butts, and I cannot lie, but okay, whatever.
No. I like action movies or like comedy action movies.
It's an action-y movie.
No, it's
They're
not. That's
ghosts.
more for family. That's right. Probably rated G.
I think it's PG.
Ooh.
Maybe PG-13.
Ooh. Yeah, no. Like Dungeons and Dragons is my type of action-y funny movie.
Dungeons and Dragons to me is on par with Deadpool.
No. Oh, Deadpool?
Yeah.
No. How is it on par with Deadpool?
No,
it's nowhere near the same.
Hear me out. Calm down.
Nowhere near the same.
You have one tit. You need to
nowhere near the same.
Keep the other one crazy.
Nowhere near the same.
Okay. Can I please?
Nowhere near the same.
See how this relationship is. I hate it.
I would have said it again, but I choked.
Like always.
I was like, I was trying to breathe in and something.
So it has action.
The hair.
It's the hair that's stuck in the back of your throat.
It just made me.
Because apparently he was licking Nelly. I don't know.
Somehow I got a bunch of hair in my mouth.
Oh my god. Okay, so take a shot. Arrow's being really cute. He used to do this thing when he was a puppy. Actually, I'm going to use your camera. I'm going to use your camera and show.
Use your camera? It's not mine.
Look at him. He's so cute.
He always does that. There's
He does
got to
it.
be a reason.
He like chews on the side of his bed. Sorry.
He doesn't chew on it. He just puts his mouth on it.
But and then he like nudges it.
But he falls asleep like that.
That's like his comfort thing.
It was freaky because the other day he was like that, but his like eyes were like rolling back in his head. I almost jumped up and woke him up. And then like 2-3 minutes later, like I look back over and he's like awake messing with fucking Wade. I was like, okay, good. Like but I've never seen his eyes like that.
But
before.
you know the reason why they like do the nudgy thing is to like get mom's milk out better. So he's like technically nursing. But because he was ripped away from his family early. Take a shot. Take 27 shots.
Oh.
Like, take 1,000,000 shots because I said
He's so cute.
He is precious. All right. So the reason why I compare this to Deadpool is because it has humor. It's like very humorous and you laugh throughout it. But there is action. So that badass Holga.
But it's not like a lot of death like Deadpool is.
Yes and no, because that in the first like 2 seconds of the movie, Holga broke the dude's legs.
Yeah, broke his legs, didn't murder him.
Yeah, but he slammed his head against it, and I think he died.
Maybe, maybe not. He's a big dude. I doubt that killed him.
Chris Pine was fucking knitting. Like, how did he get?
He tried to warn him. He was like, "Hey, don't
her.
interrupt her when she's eating her potatoes," and he interrupted her.
Same. Don't interrupt me when I'm
she
eating.
put down her potato very angrily, and she's like, "I'm gonna fuck this dude up," and she did.
Shoved his legs.
Well, don't tell them. Let them watch it.
You will watch it. Watch it. It's actually very good. It is over 2 hours long, but it doesn't feel like 2 hours.
It doesn't.
We
talked a lot through it, so I missed a lot of points. But
you fuck off.
You talk a lot. So.
You talk, bitch.
You do.
You talked a lot.
No, I didn't.
You're like, what did he say? And I told you. And you're
because
like,
I can't hear it. No, if I say, what did he say? That is key to pause it and tell me, or rewind it and replay it. Not tell me what he said when I'm trying to hear the rest of the movie.
It was quiet.
No, anyway, it's not always quiet.
I'm not making over 2 hour long movie 3 or 4 hours.
It's only when we talk during it or food got here or the dogs bark. I'm not going to be able to hear stuff. So anyway, I did not get every single point of the movie. There's apparently a part where two of the people in there went on a date before, and I completely missed that.
So just to clear that up. So Simon, he's a sorcerer, and then Doric, who is the druid, who changes in different animals, which is a badass thing. Apparently they went on a date, but she didn't like him because he didn't have a lot of self-confidence, and he was like, yeah, that's a killer. And you laughed at it.
That was it. Yeah, the killer part, but I didn't hear what she said.
No, she wasn't there. He was like, oh, I brought her on a date, but she didn't like me. And so he's like, oh,
I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah, you did, because you commented on what Chris Pine said about him being like, oh, that's not a good personality.
I said, what do you say? And you repeated it. I did not hear what they said. And then I forgot later on.
You made a comment during the movie about what Chris Pine said about him going on the date.
Anyway, moving on.
Okay. It is very actiony. And then there's a chunky dragon. That's my favorite.
That freaking dragon.
What did they call him? Pudgy? Wow, that's a pudgy dragon.
Do they? Oh yeah,
it was pudgy.
Holga called him a pudgy dragon.
It reminded me of Lala because he tried to jump over this chain, and then it tripped and fell and landed hard on it and rolled. And so I think we told the story on the podcast before where when we first got Lala, she was sitting on my right side and Ty was sitting on my left side, and he was like, oh, she should be between us. And so he was like, come here, Lala, full well thinking that she would just kind of climb over me, which she's a 60-pound fucking dog. She should not climb over me at all. But so she got prepared, and she was ready, and she was going to jump. That fucker, sprung in the air, and then landed directly on top of me.
She just wanted you to shower you with love.
With her fat ass love. But it was just really funny. And then after that, she just climbed over me, causing more loss of air.
She already caused you pain.
And so that's why I like Lala, because she just tries really, really hard, but it just doesn't work out, and she just climbs around. She's like, okay, whatever, it happened.
Freaking poor pudgy Lala.
So that dragon reminded me of Lala, and it was super cute.
Lala 2.0.
Flying, fire-breathing Lala.
Yeah, but very pudgy fire-breathing
I don't know how it got
Lala.
so pudgy if it was in the under-earth.
Well, did you see all the bodies that were down there?
I know, but it's just people trying to go get the helmet.
Mm-hmm, probably.
All right, and also,
I guess.
I do have to put out there, you were upset that the Duke was in this movie. I don't know his fucking real name, but I don't like his hair, and that ruined the whole image for me. That really ruined it. I don't like his hair at all in this movie.
I like his hair.
You can like it.
I think he looks better like that than he does the other way.
No, he looks so much better in fucking Bridgerton.
I don't agree.
You don't have to.
I don't have to.
I mean, but he did have a really cute smirk, and then I like his facial beat.
I just like how he needs to, no offense to the actor, but he needs to die in a movie now. He just needs to.
We just need to kill him off.
Kill him.
Fuck it.
Bridgerton, he's this fucking, Duke, and he's all handsome, and all the ladies want him, and he has every other scene is him banging the chick. That's probably why you watched it 15,000 times.
Did you even watch any of it?
The parts that I did wake up on, you're in the middle of a sex scene.
That's the only part you remember.
And over again.
The whole thing is about the Regency period.
Do you rewind it so every time I wake up, you can just...
I just do it just to bother you.
Just to bother me?
Just to bother you.
Just so I can get that image of him banging, and then you're picturing that it's you?
I mean,
Wow.
I just want to screw with your brain so many
Sad.
times. No.
No, you do. It's okay. You can admit it. It's fine.
No, it's a really good fucking thing.
Fucking exactly. Yeah. There
It's
you
a
go.
really good fucking.
There you go.
It's a really good fucking show. That's what I was trying to say, but didn't come out right.
It's okay, babe. It's all right. It's all right.
I already told you I don't like his look in this movie.
Yeah, because he's not banging anybody.
And his hair bothers me. I don't like dreadlocks. I do not like dreadlocks on a dude. I do not. If y'all have dreadlocks, totally fine. You do you. I will not be attracted to you.
Well, good.
I just can't.
Now we're on the
I don't
same
know.
page then.
You don't like dreadlocks on a dude either?
No. You don't have another crush right now, so.
No, I don't.
I mean, you do. You still got Gordon Ramsay, but.
Oh my god, he is like forever in my heart, okay? He was before you, so you need to calm the fuck down.
Okay, there's like 30 women before you.
Great.
100. 50 million.
I thought you were going to say 50, and I was like, that's
I was going to say 50. That's why I had to change it to 50 million.
All right, sorry, guys. Back to the movie. I really liked the movie because it was definitely different than what I thought it was going to be, because I used to play Dungeons and Dragons, and I already told Ty this. I was an elf.
I've never played it. I don't want to play
and
it.
It's very fun. It's like...
I rather play New Age Dungeons and Dragons. That's the game I play now.
It's a role-playing game, but it's like... you watch Big Bang Theory when they play Dungeons and
Yeah,
Dragons.
and it seems stupid as fuck.
No, because like there's a dungeon master who plans out the game.
I know.
And you play with them, and then they tell you a story, and I find that so fun.
I don't. I want to actually play the game, not have... That's like people with imaginations would like Dungeons and Dragons. That's not me.
Because you don't have an imagination, because it was sucked out of you because you play so many video games.
Video games are way more fun than playing Dungeons and Dragons.
You create
The actual Dungeons and Dragons. The
thing
game I
is-
play now, Dragon's Dogma, that's Dungeons and Dragons, but it's super fucking fun.
But the thing is, you create your character, and
I just
it's like
kicked the
you,
camera.
like it is you. It is you. It's kind of similar to what you definitely tilted the
did.
camera. It's definitely you because you start building your character, and then you have to answer a bunch of questions. Because I remember I was friends with this guy, I forgot what his name was, who is now married to one of my friends, M. But he was like, "Oh yeah, if you want to play Dungeons and Dragons with us, like come down while I'm doing." He was a teacher's assistant, so he would have lab hours. So if people had questions or something, they would go ask him, and he was like, "Oh, come down to my like office hours, and then I'll build you a character." And I'm like, "Cool." So we spent like 2 or 3 days building my character because it took that long.
It's fucking terrible.
But it was fun, and we played.
It doesn't take 2 or 3 days to build a character on a game.
You know what?
It takes like... I mean, it depends on how you want to create it. It takes 0 second to like
Anyway,
30 minutes.
My brother was really into it, and he really liked playing that game, and I was like, okay, I might try it. But then there was like this like satanic panic of the 90s, because usually it was in the 80s, but now it's the 90s, and everybody's freaking out about Dungeons and Dragons. I'm like, some kids don't like playing sports. Leave them alone. Let them play games. Like, fuck off.
That's not a game. That's something different. That has like a whole different genre.
No.
It's not a game.
You're not a game.
You're right.
Anyway, I like this movie. I'm going to give it a 10.
I'm going to give it 10.
I would watch it again.
I would watch it 10 times. But
I would watch it
then
50,000.
that's it. Then that's it.
50,000 times. 50 million times. All right.
50 times.
2 seconds. All right. Oh, we didn't even read it. Fuck.
Yeah,
we're
we
failing.
didn't.
Okay, no, you're going to read the synopsis, and we're going to do that, and then we're going to move on to our topic. Sorry, guys. We got distracted by our conversation.
The dragon spitting acid. That's terrible.
That actually was
I
terrifying.
think that's like worse than fire. That fucking hair. Dungeons and Dragons. Honor Among Thieves. Ooh, nice. So we have a 7.3 out of 10 on IMDb Bizzles.
Oh, that's not bad. His head hurts. His head hurts.
We have 91% on Rotten Potatoes.
91?
9-1.
What are you, Louisiana?
We have a charming thief and a band of unlikely adventurers.
No.
Synopsis.
Penis peni.
A charming thief and a band of unlikely adventurers embark on an epic quest to retrieve a long-lost relic. And their charming adventure goes dangerously awry. I was going to say array, but I was like, that's not right. When they run afoul of the wrong people. And then we have Daisy Head.
I just we made a joke about it earlier. So if her name was like, I'ma give you head.
Like, I'm surprised she hasn't changed her last name.
Right. She was the witch.
Daisy, yeah, she's a witch. We have Sophia Lilas as Doric. Obviously, Chris Pine.
Obviously.
My girl, Michelle Rodriguez.
Holga, that bitch.
And then... fuck
Yarden or whatever his fucking name was.
Fuck that guy.
No.
Chloe Coleman as
Wait, no, what's his
Kira.
actual real name? I don't know. I don't remember.
You can look it up on your own. And then Justice Smith. That's
like
an interesting name.
I like the name Justice.
Justice. See, he looks good there. Let's just scroll that over a little bit more. There we go. He looks good there.
Oh, he's cute.
Don't go back over to Bridgerton.
No, I'm not.
Sure you're not.
I'm literally looking at his...
I bet you have pictures on your phone of this guy, don't you? I'm going to go through your phone.
I actually don't.
I'm going to have to scan
He's in another movie. What movie is he in? What am I thinking of?
He's in a lot of movies.
Sharper. He's in stuff. Not something I watched. Okay, great.
He is in something we've watched. Or maybe I just watched it.
Okay. Anyway, so that's the movie. Definitely watch it. We watched it on Amazon Prime. So if you do have Amazon Prime, it does come free, so you don't have to rent it. But you can rent it on Vudu as well as Redbox. I'm pretty sure you can probably find it somewhere else.
It came out like 2 or 3 months ago. So.
Yeah, so it's relatively new, which is great. So it's a newer movie compared to our last movie that was, what, in 1968?
That you picked? What do you mean our last movie?
It was our last movie we watched.
Rosemary's Baby.
Rosemary.
That I would not watch again.
I know, you're such a hater. All right, so we're going to move on to our topic, and this is my topic, and it's a romance. But you're going to love it.
Sure.
All right, so we're going to go into the story of Carl Tanzler. If you have not heard of this dude...
Carl Tanzler.
Wow.
Something just came over me. I just had to do it.
He's like, I got to dance. All right, so Carl Tanzler.
Carl Tanzler.
Fuck. Yeah, let me grab my drink. So every time we say his name, you have to sing it?
Stop saying his name.
Understood. Understood. All right, so I'm just going to put out the sites right now. I put Wikipedia ... obviously, because that's where I get all my information. Allthat'sinteresting.com, AmericanHauntingSync.com, and that's it. Because it's a very short story, but it's very, very interesting.
Interesting.
Because Ty only has one page.
Thank the heavens.
All right, so background. His name is George Carl Tanzler.
Carl Tanzler. I can't do it now when you're looking at me like that.
All right, so also known as, so he had two names. He was Count Carl von Kozer.
Oh, I like that one better.
So he is a count.
He's a Dracula.
Okay, so you get to read number 1.
Number 2?
Sure.
I like number 2. I can't wait to read it. Born February 8th, 1877 and died July... Wait, what? Oh. I'm an idiot. I'm such an idiot.
What's happening?
February 8th, 1887. I thought it said he died July 3rd, 1852.
That's how it works. Backwards. Let's go back. I
was like, that makes zero sense.
It doesn't.
But it's 1952. Sorry, folks. 75 years old. Aquarius, people under this sign tend to be independent, intellectual, and social individuals. No, you're a Gemini. For some reason, I was thinking Aquarius. Do I know any? I think I know some.
So this dude's Aquarius. I put it in there because I always find it interesting, like if you match up kind of with your sign. So, but this guy, he actually does match up with his sign. All right, so Tanzler.
You just said Tanzler.
Okay.
You didn't say Carl Tanzler.
Carl Tanzler.
There it is. Yes.
Grew up in the German Empire, but at some point wound up in Australia just prior to the outbreak of World War I. So he got there somehow. We don't know. Around 1920, following his return to Germany, Tanzler married Doris Schaefer from 1889 to 1970. She died. I don't know. That was her living time. Okay, so she was born in 1889, died in 1977. Together, they had 2 children, Aisha, which is weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
Tanzler, and Clarista Tanzler.
That's weird.
Both are weird. Who died of diphtheria, and that's it. So that's all we know about his background.
What the hell is diphtheria?
It's a sickness.
Clearly.
It's like when Elle was talking about, I asked her, I'm like, what is night cream? And she was like, well, it's cream you put on at night. And I'm like, no shit. No shit. We laugh about that. That's really funny. Okay, so Tanzler immigrated to the United States from Germany in 1926, sailing from Rotterdam on February 6, 1926 to Havana, Cuba. From Cuba, he settled in Zafir. Okay, take a shot.
Take a shot. Fifi's like in my ding-a-ling.
Fifi, go lay down. Go.
Fifi, go. We're trying to do a podcast here.
Okay. So, he went from Cuba and he settled in Zephyrhills, Florida. Do you know where that is?
Florida.
Good job! So proud.
I knew you would be.
Where his sister had already immigrated. So his sister already was there. And so he was like, I'm going to follow in her footsteps. And was later joined by his wife and 2 daughters. So his wife stayed in Germany for a little bit and then they came over as well. Mm-hmm. So think 1926, World War I, I think it was the end of World War I?
In a World War II?
No. Anyway, number 2.
Number douches. The douche nozzle, my favorite, left his family behind in whatever that is in 1927. Sure. He took a job as a radiology technician. They had those back then?
Yeah.
At the U.S. Marine Hospital in Key West, Florida, under the name Carl von Kossel.
Kossel.
Same thing.
Carl von Kossel.
Same thing.
Okay, so I put douche nozzle because he just straight up abandoned his family.
Isn't that like the norm, though?
It shouldn't be.
I didn't say it should be. I just said it isn't at the norm.
Anyway, so now we're going to that was the background. Now we're going to get into the new segment. The romance.
The baby making.
No.
My favorite.
No babies were made in this podcast.
They did make two babies.
From his living wife.
Wait, what?
Hey. All right. He was a radiology technologist at the Marine Hospital's service in Key West, Florida. You already said that. On April 22nd, 1930, while working at the Marine Hospital in Key West, Tanzler met Maria Elena Helen Milago Montego. Baby, why don't we go to...
I don't know the song.
Don't
look at me.
We get there fast and then we take it slow. That's where we want to go. Way down in Kokomo. You don't know that song?
Why would I know that song?
Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I want to take you to
song,
Bermuda,
but
Bahamas.
I don't like the song.
Like the Beach Boys. Okay, anyway. Sorry,
why
don't sue
would
us.
I listen to that?
It's oldies. Suck my dick. Okay. So Helena Milagro de Hoyos. So she was born in 1909 and died in 1931. Local
1909, 1931? Geez, she was 22. Wow.
A local Cuban-American woman who had been brought to the hospital by her mother for an examination. Read number 3.
Tanzler immediately recognized her as the beautiful, dark-haired woman that had been revealed to him in his earlier visions. By all accounts, Hoyos was viewed as a local beauty in Key West.
She was very... Oh, actually, this is Tanzler
He looks like
Looks creepy. A
he
little bit.
looks like something from a movie. Can't think of the name.
I know, he's very striking, has like a presence about him. He looks like a professor.
Yeah.
He looks smart.
But an evil professor.
Kind of, but like he's like kind of Hannibal Lecter-y a
Like
little
I'm
bit.
gonna take over the world, like
like a
Pinky in the
touch-
Brain. Isn't that Pinky in the Brain?
Good job, but they're mice.
I always say Ren and Stimpy though.
Ren and Stimpy did not try.
I
to
know, but I said that like 2 or 3 times. I think even on the podcast, I was like, yeah, like Ren and Stimpy.
And I'm
you're
like, Pinky in the Brain.
Pinky in the Brain.
Pinky and the Brain. Pinky and the Brain.
One
One
was
is a
stupid,
genius.
the
The other's insane.
Oh, that one was. Oh,
One is a genius. One is stupid. The other's insane.
yeah,
Didn't work out for them.
it didn't.
What are we gonna do today,
It's like
Brain?
this little Pinky went to the
What'd you
market.
every
This
day,
little
Pinky?
Pinky said no.
Wait. Segue. All right. So I had my legs over Ty's lap, and he was playing with my toes, and he's like, "What is it? This little piggy went to market. This little piggy said no."
That was it.
And he stopped at my second toe, and I was like, "What?" And he, like I don't know, like, Mom, I love you, but his childhood, I feel like, just went over his head.
I just,
Like, he did
forgot
not-
nursery rhymes. They're all bad anyway, so.
It's talking about like slaughtering pigs.
Exactly. And then there's a Black Plague, so.
Like Ring Around the
Ring
Rosy.
Around the Rosie. So it's like nursery rhymes as kids, they're usually some type of bad, terrible thing that happens. So.
Anyway, so I just sat there and I'm like, wait. So it's like a rape victim that said no.
It's like, no.
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 This little piggy said no. No means no.
What is it? Safe words.
It was a safe word. No.
No.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so you read number 3. Okay, so Elena, the long-worded girl, so Marie Elena, blah, blah, blah. We're just going to call her Elena going forward.
Sure.
Was the daughter of a local cigar maker, Francisco Panco Hoyas, and Arroya Milagro. I'm trying to make it like sound Cuban, but it's not working.
It's not working.
She had 2 sisters. I thought it said Florida.
It does.
It's supposed to be Florida.
No, it's Florida.
No, it's Florinda. Nana Milagro Hoyas, who married Mario Medina and also succumbed to tuberculosis. And then she also had a sister named Celia Milagro Hoyas. I'm sorry. These are really hard names. I appreciate all of you. On February 18th of 1926, Elena married Luis Mesa, the son of Caridad, and the person's name is Caridad, and Isaac Mesa. So I think that's the last name. I think. Wait, did you read number 4?
No, you haven't
Read number
told
4.
me to.
Sorry, you were supposed to read number 4.
Well, pay attention.
I'm just trying to get through these hard words.
Medina, Nana's husband, was electrocuted trying to rescue a co-worker who hit a power line with his crane at a construction site. Should have just left the co-worker.
All right, and then read number 5.
Mesa left Elena, vampire, shortly after she suffered a miscarriage of the couple's child and moved to Miami. Elena was legally married to Mesa at the time of her death. Oh, wow.
So she married this guy. She had a baby, but she had a miscarriage. So that fucker decided, bitch, bye, and he went to Miami. Who doesn't?
No
Great.
one.
I know. Like, Miami, I just think is like a party town for people who think they're... Like, Florida is like, in my opinion, allegedly, in my opinion, I think Florida is just for people who are trying to gain back something they lost. So, because like kids go there for spring break, and that's where they get to be wild and crazy, and then old people retire there. And I'm like, why would you go to a place that gets hit by hurricanes like 4 or 5 times a year?
Same thing with Mississippi.
Not really. It's not as
hit by
bad.
hurricanes,
It gets
too.
hit by hurricanes, but it's not as bad as Florida because it's like hanging out there and it's like, "Bah, bah,
Yeah,
bah."
true.
Hey, like I'm dangling here, like take me out.
I'm dangling here. Take me. It's like a dingleberry.
Sure.
Sure.
So Elena was eventually diagnosed with tuberculosis, a typically fatal disease at the time that was eventually claimed the lives of almost all of her immediate family. So everybody pretty much in her family had tuberculosis. I didn't write it all down because she had like 7 fucking siblings and shit. They all, like, I think 5 out of the 7 had tuberculosis and died. And then her mom died of tuberculosis. And then somebody had diphtheria and bunch of bullshit.
What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Oh, actually, you have a picture of Elena on the top.
She's pretty cute.
She up. There we go. So down, right there. No, stop. So that is her. She's actually gorgeous. There's a lot of pictures of her online. It's either she's actually really pretty.
It's like, my thing is how do they have pictures of these people back in like 1800s when there wasn't cameras?
1926.
Whatever.
Well, they had cameras in 1800s.
It did?
Yeah, but you had to hold real still, and you had to be serious.
You couldn't smile?
Yeah, because if you smile, like, if you hold a smile, you have to sit there for 1 minute, typically, to get the exposure.
That's right.
And so, usually they just sit there.
That's why they look all pissed off in their pictures.
And so, if you smile and then it drops, your face will be blurry. So, that's why you had to sit there, not move.
And just look dead.
That's how I normally look anyway.
Got
it. Okay.
Read number 6?
Yep.
Perfect. Tuberculosis, TB. Also known as White Death, or historically as consumption, is an infectious disease. Tuberculosis generally affects the lungs, but can also affect other parts of the body. Typical symptoms of active TB are chronic cough with blood containing mucus, fever, night sweats, and weight loss.
Damn, I should get TB.
Or not.
All right. So Tanzler later claimed that as a child, he was visited by visions of a dead ancestor. So remember before you mentioned that he had visions of a dark-haired woman. This is kind of digging into that a little bit. So Countess Anna Konstantia von Kozel, who revealed to him the face of his true love, an exotic, dark-haired woman. He was convinced the vision had been Elena. And I want to have, like, those little clappy things.
Little clappy things?
Like the finger symbols.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
You put fucking little baby symbols on your fingers and go...
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
And you're terrible. Okay.
Sometimes.
Tanzler, with his self-professed medical knowledge, he did x-rays. He wasn't a doctor.
Yeah.
Remember that. He was only doing, like, radiology shit.
We have a TED going on here.
So Tanzler, with his self-professed medical knowledge, attempted to treat and cure Elena with a variety of medicines, as well as x-rays and electrical equipment that were brought to the Hoya's home. So he brought a shit ton of equipment there, and he's like, I'm going to fix you.
And murdered her.
Didn't work. He didn't murder her. She just died from her things. Okay, anyway. Over the next 18 months, Tanzler showered Elena with gifts of jewelry, clothing, and allegedly professed his love to her. But no evidence has surfaced to show that any of his affection was reciprocated by Elena. She was like he gave her chocolate, and she's like, thanks.
She's dead, though.
No, not right now. So this is before she died.
Oh.
So this is before she died. She's sick. She's very sick. She has tuberculosis. Tanzler's obsessed with her, and he's like, love you, bitch. And then he gives her all these gifts, and he, like, hands her the keys to a Lamborghini. And she's like, thanks. And then she goes and drives off and dies.
Is that what really happened?
Were there Lamborghinis back in 1926?
Fuck yeah. I have no idea.
I don't know either. I just, like, threw out a card that I could think. I was like,
no idea.
So moving on, Elena was still legally married to Messa, and Tanzler had a wife and children back in Zephyrillis. So again, both are married. One has children, and yet he was still confessing his love to her, douche style.
Sometimes it's just like that, you know?
Read number
you walk
7.
into a room, and there's just like, it's like the heavens singing down, you know, like, oh, kind of like that.
Great.
Despite Tanzler's best efforts, Elena died of tuberculosis at her parents' home in Key West on October 25th. Oh. 1931. She was only 22.
Yeah.
Young.
So, Tanzler paid for the funeral.
He's born like that?
And he was kind of like a doctor. Kind of.
Radiology fucking assistant? No.
I mean, he was wealthy. Whatever. Tanzler paid for her funeral, and with the permission of her family, he then commissioned the construction of an above-ground mausoleum in Key West Cemetery, which he visited almost every night. What does the mausoleum look like, you may ask? It looks like this. You can't see it.
Oh, wow.
It's fucking fancy as fuck.
He made, like, apartment.
Yeah, like, it's bigger than my apartment in fucking San Antonio when I lived there. Shit. Probably has indoor plumbing. Better than mine.
Probably has good toilet flushing.
You were so scared of my toilet. Anyway. So he commissioned that. That was her mausoleum. For the next 2 years. Keep in mind, 2 years.
5 years?
24 months. Tanzler spent sitting by the mausoleum he commissioned for Elena every evening, singing to her corpse and speaking with her spirit.
Why do you have to say corpse? It just sounds so terrible.
Gotta make it creepy.
Corpse.
So guess
Say
what?
it again.
Corpse.
God bless.
Was that sexy?
No.
Corpse. I don't think you could say corpse sexy.
I don't think anyone could say corpse
It's like,
sexy.
Corpse. All right, guys. Send your submissions for saying corpse sexy. I want to hear it. Nobody can say it fucking sexy. Corpse. I can't even do it.
You're just throwing your hand out. You're just like...
It was determined to be sexy and it didn't work. Like always.
The whipping of the head.
I don't have hair, so I have to pretend.
Oh, that was
I'm
great.
very bald, people. I'm
great.
very bald by choice.
I mean, she's not like 100% bald. Not like cancer bald. No offense to
Not
cancer
yet.
people. But
Yeah.
she's probably got like a little less than half an inch.
A little less than quarter of an inch.
Excuse me, all the hell.
All right. So this next section, do you want to know what it's called?
Death by chocolate. Was I close? Oh.
Let's get creepy.
Ooh, is he going to start banging the corpse? Necrophiliac at its finest.
Okay.
Oh, I wonder what that feels like. Is that what it feels like?
I can't even do it. All right. Moving on. This is like a messed up story. Like it gets really messed up now. So it's
All
like,
right, let's.
we gotta be.
get it.
We gotta be.
Gotta be serious.
Corpse.
Corpse. It's so bad. Like, the more we say it, the more I hate the word.
I'm gonna keep on saying it. Okay.
God bless.
One evening in April of 1933. Remember, this is after 2 years she's been dead.
Mm-hmm.
2 years.
Dos
How much
años.
has her body been decomposed?
It's probably bone now, I would assume. How do you know? You've seen a 2-year-old
No. Depending on the
buried
elements.
body?
She was in a mausoleum, so it was closed up. There was very limited elements.
Maybe he kept it really, really cold in there to preserve her body.
Possibly. Anyway, so let's move on. Okay, so April of 1933, Tanzler crept through the cemetery where Elena was buried and removed her body from the mausoleum.
Sexy.
Carting it through the cemetery after dark on a toy wagon.
That's weird.
And transported it to his home on a what is it? What is those red flyers? You know,
Red flyers?
like the wagons, the red wagons.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're called. I think they're called red flyers.
Maybe, but I just know him as a red wagon.
Okay, little red wagon. Just think of a little red wagon. This old ass dude dragging a dead body through the fucking like the cemetery, with a corpse.
Oh my god.
Corpse.
So terrible. You're gonna give me nightmares.
Number 8.
What are you doing that face for?
I'm just this is so messed up. It keeps on getting worse. It's so bad.
It's not that bad yet.
Just wait.
He reportedly said that Elena's spirit would come to him when he would sit by her grave and serenade her.
Sing to her.
Her corpse.
Wait, no, you have to do it. Flick your head back and forth.
Yeah,
and say
so I can give myself even more of a head pain.
Corpse.
I don't think so. What was I? 8. With a favorite Spanish song. He also said that she would often tell him to take her from the grave. This guy is mentally insane.
True. So, after nearly 2 years,
he finally gave in.
Elena's corpse.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. You have to watch Patreon. I'm whipping my head back and forth every time I say corpse now.
Well, she's trying to because she doesn't have any hair.
And I don't know how to do it. I'm just shaking my head.
I whip my hair back and forth.
Don't sue us. Okay. Elena's corpse was in poor shape. Obviously,
clearly. After
2 years. Okay. Tanzler attached the corpses bones together with piano wire, and fitted the face with glass eyes. As the skin of the corpse decomposed, Tanzler replaced it with silk cloth soaked in wax and plaster of Paris.
So he's trying to make a body.
Yeah, he's pretty much constructing a piñata at this moment in time.
But out of human bones.
The smell. Okay, number 8 or number 9.
But it smells delicious. As the hair fell out of Elena's decomposing scalp, Tanzler fashioned a wig from her hair, which he had previously obtained from her mother.
So her mother knew he loved her, and so she gave him hair from hers, and so he constructed a fucking wig from her.
So this is the mom's fault.
No. Don't blame the mom because she lost all her children relatively early. So then Tanzler filled the corpse's abdominal and chest cavity with rags to keep the original form. He dressed Elena's remains in stockings, jewelry, and gloves, and kept the body in his bed. So he dressed it and laid it there.
In the bed. So he can sleep next to the corpse every night.
Corpse.
Wow.
Yeah, read number 10.
Wowzers. Tanzler also used copious amounts of perfume, disinfectants, and preserving agents to mask the odor and forestall the effects of the corpse decomposition.
Good. Copious means a lot.
So that smells great.
So he literally doused her in bleach and Febreze. And he's like, bitch, not smelling today.
He's like, quit stinking, Elena. Shower.
God, it'd be funny if you tried to shower her and then she just started crumbling. He's like, no,
I will save you. And pulls out his fucking electrical machine.
Paris bucket, and he's like,
trying to give her, what is it?
It reminds me of the movie
not CPR.
Death Becomes Her.
What do you call that shit? Where you put it on clear. Shit called again?
ADT machine.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Those are little stickers that you put on your body and.
A what machine?
ADT machine.
Never heard it called that.
Well, it's usually in gyms and things, and that's what I had to be trained on when I worked in gyms.
Not the name, but I'm used to it.
It's the...
Something else. The more common name. Not the official name.
It's right there. I'm just shocking over and over again.
I can't remember it. It'll come later.
We're getting older.
I was trying to say something about it, but I can't remember the fucking name of it. So.
Okay. Are we ready to get into worse shit?
Sure. Hasn't really been that bad yet, but... I mean, he could get fined for sure, taking a corpse out of a fucking...
But he reconstructed her body, made her,
I mean...
I guess it's not that bad.
But it's not that bad. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be so far.
Okay, listen to this shit.
Okay.
For the next 7 years...
Jesus, that's a long time.
Carl Tanzler I thought you were going to sing. Okay, great.
Oh, I forgot.
Carl Tanzler.
We're like saying his story's supposed to get fucked up. I'm trying to hear it. Like,
yeah, no, Carl Tanzler slept next to the corpse of Elena de Hoyos as if she were still alive.
Yeah.
7 years. 7.
It's not
That's
that
a
bad.
person.
It's not that bad.
Really?
I thought you were going to say something worse.
You would be okay with this. Like, you would take my body out of my mausoleum and be like, bitch, you still alive, girl.
No, because I'm not fucking mentally insane. So, no. I'm just saying it's not that bad.
Moving
I thought
on.
it was going to be worse.
It gets worse.
Okay, I'm ready to hear it.
In October 1940, Elena's sister, Florinda, heard rumors of Tanzler sleeping with the disinterred body of her sister and confronted Tanzler at his home, where Elena's body was eventually discovered. He was also caught dancing with her corpse in front of an open window.
Wow.
And though it was never verified, there was also allegedly evidence that he engaged in necrophilia with her corpse by inserting a tube into her vagina.
There we go. That's the good stuff. But it's just bone.
No.
So he bought one. Oh.
So I'm thinking, in my brain, let's just like talk this out. Tube. I'm thinking a toilet paper tube shoved in there to host.
Pretty sure that would not get anyone off. And if it does, that's fucking sad. Because that would hurt, first of all.
I mean, like,
second of all, it's not like, it's like sandpaper.
The thing, okay, so her vagina, let's do visuals. If you are on Patreon, you will see me doing shit. Okay, so your vagina is like this. It's muscle, and it opens and forms around shit, obviously. So, it is tissue, skin, muscle.
2 years later, she won't have that.
What? How else would he be able to have sex with her?
I thought
dry bones?
So she wasn't fully decomposed after 2 years?
No, like she wasn't completely to bone, but she was like decomposing, and so he constructed her out of
how long does it take to decompose?
Plaster of Paris, and he like constructed her body and made her a fucking piñata.
Oh,
he's snoring. Take a shot. Arrow snoring. So he put a tube in there to host his penis.
Why couldn't you just put it in there normally?
I feel like that would be pussy. That face. Oh my god.
Oh, I've said some fucked up things, but that was pretty up there.
Like, you're thinking about stepping on a body after it's been decomposing for a couple of years. Like, you come back with a foot full of pus and like sticky. But he was trying to preserve his dick that could have potentially... I'm surprised he didn't get sick.
I can't even have sex ever again.
Great.
Great. That's your wish now.
No, now every time we have sex, I'm just thinking of my pussy. Like,
exactly.
Like, bleh, bleh, bleh. Okay. Let's continue.
Gross.
Two physicians,
Two positions?
Two physicians. Okay, I'm going to stop after
Missionary in 69?
Two physicians.
Positions?
Dr. Deadpool.
Deadpool? Deadpool.
Dr. Foraker.
Wow. Might as well change his name to Foreskin.
It's like Daisy Head. Who attended the 1940 autopsy of Elena's remains, recalled in 1972 that the vaginal tube had been inserted in the vaginal area of the corpse that allowed for intercourse. So they confirmed there was a tube inserted for him to be able to have...
But was his semen juices in there is the question.
I feel like with the decomposing...
Oh, you know what? They did not have DNA analysis back then.
They didn't, and the thought that her body decomposing would produce many liquids that looked like semen could very...
Yeah, but that's what you test them. But they didn't have that back then. I just remembered.
This bothers me so much. Okay, read number 11. I'm over it.
Banging corpses.
Because you can't bang anything else, bitch. Okay, wait.
It's true. I mean, he does have a wife and 2 kids, but...
Apparently she can't do it.
Florida noticed the authorities, and Tanzler was arrested and detained. Oh, I get it now.
Florida.
I know that. I said Florida on purpose. Tanzler was psychiatric. Oh my god! It's like
psychiatrically.
Psychiatrically. There we go. Examined and found mentally competent to stand trial on the charge of wantonly,
yeah.
and maliciously destroying a grave and removing a body without authorization. Yes. I like how you put B back to Katie.
Because I had stuff to say on that issue. Okay, so Tanzler was competent to stand trial despite the fact that he testified he wanted to take, quote, he wanted to take Elena high into the stratosphere so that radiation from outer space could penetrate her tissues and restore life to her somnolent form. Sure.
I have no idea what that means. But
Don't either. Me trying to sound shit out. I don't know that word. Somnolent. Anyways, I'm assuming dead form or lifeless form. Sure. Sure. All right. So his psycho ass said that to the psychiatric people before his trial. So now we're getting into the hearing. Mm-hmm. After a preliminary hearing on October 9th of 1940 at the Monroe County Courthouse in Key West, Tanzler was held to answer on the charge, but the case was eventually dropped, and he was released as the statute of limitations of the crime had expired. So pretty much, I think he had like 2 years. If they caught him within those 2 years, he would be charged. But since it was after 2 years, he had the body for 7. Mm-hmm. It was like, well, okay. Like, it was after 2 years. Like, he couldn't do anything about it.
What?
He committed the crime in a certain year. And then 7 years after, he was caught. Statute of limitations says you have 2 years to catch him in the act of doing this thing. He had it for another 5.
But I'm confused.
Statute of limitations is stupid. If you rape somebody and you're caught, even 10 years later, you should be arrested. Statute of limitations should not be there for that case. So, I don't know how to explain it any better.
I mean, but I don't understand. He had it for 7 years, but they didn't know about it.
So, there's no rule against having sex or having a dead body.
No.
His
I see what you're talking about. It's for the
grave robbing.
Okay,
the
I got
grave
it
robbing.
now.
So
I was thinking not that. I was thinking just
No. It doesn't matter. You can have sex with dead things. Go for it. But
go right ahead. It's actually wanted by the society. No, please don't. People, don't do that.
Don't do that, please, dear Lord. But so the actual crime, he did it 7 years ago, and the statute of limitations I think was like 2 years or something around that time.
That makes sense.
So they were like, there's no crime here technically because it was like 7 years ago. It's after the fact. So whatever.
That's fucked up. So he gets to keep dancing with this dead corpse.
No, they took the dead body back.
Oh.
Read number 12.
Number 13? Got it. He actually received quite a bit of compassion after the fact, with some women even viewing him as a hopeless, albeit eccentric romantic. There's a lot of ticks in there. Extra ticking.
It's like your bio means. Babe, how do you spell bio means? By all means?
Bio means. B-I-O.
So, I can see their side of it. But
he's a helpless necrophiliac romantic.
He was in love with her and she didn't reciprocate. And then when she died, he felt like he had the opportunity to get that love he never got before. Mm-hmm. Or give that love. I just don't get what you would get from that because that would take a lot of work. Like the smell.
Apparently he saw her spirit, and her spirit was like in love with him. Or
so
something.
He must be psychotic.
He is, obviously.
He's hallucinating. Like, give him drugs.
Or he's just psychotic, and he's fucking psycho.
All right. Meanwhile, Elena de Hoya's body was placed on display at a local funeral home where nearly 7,000 people came to see the corrupted corpse for themselves. She was finally laid to rest once and for all in an unmarked grave at Key West Cemetery. Wait, I think you have another picture. Well,
no, don't. You only gave me one freaking page.
Okay.
Man.
So that is the picture of Elena. There's more pictures online. Please look at them because they're crazy. Like, she looks like a You can look at it closer. Online, you can actually see pictures of her actual face. I just wanted to show, like, people
it's
actually...
Like terrifying.
It is terrifying. And even, like, it doesn't look like a person. It looks like a fucking piñata. Like,
yeah.
I'm not even lying to you because...
No, we can look it up later.
No, I'm just going to do it really quick because it's important. And I want you to, like...
you can see it in, like, 30 seconds.
No, images. That's what she looked like.
Oh,
you can't really see it, but...
That's terrible.
Right. So that's what she looked like throughout his existence with her. Terrifying.
A little bit.
She was a spectacle, which was not okay. Like, they should have just put her back in the mausoleum.
Yeah, they should. They just should not have put her on display. That's kind of fucked up, too.
I mean, but people are interested in, like...
No, it's fucked up. They need to lay the body to rest.
When I go to New Orleans, I want to go to, like, the cemetery where they're, like, they have so many, like, above-ground mausoleums. I found that fascinating.
Okay.
All right, read number 13.
Read number first. Sure. Following the uproar surrounding his arrest, Tanzler returned home to his wife in Trophilus. But his infatuation with Elena wasn't over yet. He reportedly created a life-size effigy of the young woman and lived with it until his death in 1952. Jesus.
Hard. All right, so he never got over his obsession, obviously.
Obviously.
With Elena Hoyos. Still longing for his lost love, he created a death mask of her as the basis for the life-size dummy, which you just read, which he kept in his bed until his death. So...
The poor wife. Like, why is she still married to this guy?
Maybe he was giving her money?
Oh, you know what? Didn't it? It wasn't like big divorces back then either. I think you couldn't or something like that.
1952? I feel like that's possible.
I think they're...
Yes, you could divorce people.
But, like, the women didn't really have, like, a whole lot of rights back then. So I'm pretty sure if they wanted to divorce the man, they probably couldn't or had to have, like, I don't know, something. I just feel like there wasn't... Divorce isn't as big then as it is now. Like, divorce happens fucking all the time now. But anyway.
All right. You have the last point, and we'll be done.
Some accounts of Tanzler's death claim his body was actually found in the arms of the dummy. It was noted though that overlooking his corpse was a waxen image wrapped in silken cloth and a robe. It seems that his replacement, Elena, was with him to the very end. So
he died in the arms of his dummy.
Wow.
That's so sad. And I feel so bad for the wife because, like...
He's basically like, fuck you, wife. I'm in love with this dead corpse.
And I want to live with this corpse for 7 years. And fuck you. You have our 2 children. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you.
And then when he finally moves back and stays with them, he's like...
I'm still in love with this dead corpse. He's such a sweet man.
So that was romantic.
Super romantic. Little necrophiliac, little...
It's a different... Okay, so I like the story because it's definitely different. Because technically the only crime that Tanzler did was rob a grave. Yeah, rob a grave. He didn't dig up a body. He robbed the mausoleum, which is above ground grave.
Well, but it was his mausoleum. He bought it.
Technically, he bought it.
So
it's like,
he didn't rob anything.
But you're not supposed to like the thing is in cemeteries if you do you're not supposed to take any bodies out of a cemetery. That's the crime.
Yeah, he asked permission probably when he was leaving.
It's cool.
Yeah,
his
cool.
little red wagon is just like pulling it. It's like
has that little noise like all of them do.
But this is weird because it's like not our typical crime. You know, I don't know. I like the story. Not because of like what he actually did, but it's just like
it's a love story.
He was so infatuated with somebody that he went to the ends of the earth for this person.
I mean, I could see it.
It's gross. He had sex
No,
with
I'm talking about the actual one.
she's gorgeous. Like, she is very gorgeous. Like, I could see it. There's like there's a full body picture of her, like in another like website or whatever. And it's just like she's like a dancer and she's like decked up and she's like posing. It's really cute.
And whatever happened to her husband, Mesa? Oh, he left her,
He left
right?
her because she had a miscarriage.
That's right, yeah.
So that fucker. So what a...
So she was getting a divorce too.
No divorces. She was still legally married when she died.
I know, yeah, she was still legally married, but I'm sure they were going to get a divorce.
It's Florida.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm just saying it's Florida. Like,
people just stay married and just go do their own things.
I'm assuming so. Florida's awful.
Wow.
I don't like Florida.
Wow. Haterade.
So, how do you feel about that story?
It's a love story. I mean, what do you mean how I feel about it?
It was interesting, right?
It is interesting. I already said that. Yes.
I know. Okay, fine. I was expecting more of like a reaction, being like, "What?" But no.
Why would I do that?
He fucked a fucking dead body.
I gave you a lot of reaction when we talked about the pussy being in there. Like, what more reaction do you want?
Okay.
Yeah, you're the one drinking wine. I wouldn't even be able to drink wine right now. It looks kind of pussy. There, better reaction for you.
So this was a little different. This episode was definitely shorter than our previous episodes, but
our episodes were originally supposed to be like an hour, maybe an hour and 10. But with all you're talking, it's always over that because you just go on and on and on about nothing. That's me, but I like to blame it on you.
Flip it and reverse it. Okay. So, thank you so much for listening.
Missy, Mr. Meanie, Mr. Meaner Elliott.
What?
You don't know who Missy Elliott is?
I know who Missy Elliott. You struggled for like...
That's her name. Missy, Mr. Meanie. Say it.
I don't know what it is.
Misdemeanor.
Missy Misdemeanor Elliott?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, that's what you were trying to say.
Yes.
I just knew her Missy Elliott.
Misdemeanor. There we go. Misdemeanor. I don't know why I was struggling.
One more time.
Misdemeanor.
No, the whole thing.
I don't think that's going to work.
No, thank you.
Missy Misdemeanor. Fuck!
Wait.
I don't know why I can't
Mr. Meanie. I like that though. Mr. Meanie Elliott.
Missy Mr. Mean. I don't know why I cannot say the full name.
Missy Misdemeanor Elliott.
I don't know why I can't do it.
Misdemeanor.
I can't. I want to put like it all together for some reason.
Do it one more time.
Misdemeanor. I can say it by itself.
Do the whole thing.
Missy Misdemeanor Elliott.
There you go!
Fuck, that's a struggle.
Okay, so we got to win. We're going to end on that.
Don't ask me to try to do it again because I'm fuck it up.
Right. So next episode, I was struggling about the movie I wanted to show. I either wanted to do something very Christmassy or...
We're not in Christmas month yet.
Or...
You make fun of people who do that. Now you're trying to do it.
But the thing is,
Are you a hypocrite?
Babe, our wedding was themed after this. So I was struggling because it has to be between Halloween and Christmas.
It's not Christmas yet.
It's in between. Do you know what movie I'm talking about?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
I was struggling with that one. But I'm going to lean into this other one, which you mentioned you've never understood before, and I wanted to watch it with you to explain it. And this was like back when we first started. So this is like a long time ago. It has our boy, Leonardo DiCaprio. Do Do you remember the movie?
Inception?
We already watched that. That was number 2. What's the other movie he's in? Shutter Island.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're going to watch Shutter Island. That is the movie that we're choosing. I was expecting a different reaction, but okay, whatever.
Why would you get a different reaction?
I don't know. Dude, I just... Anyway, so... we're going to watch Shutter Island.
Not sure what you're expecting.
You know me. I like creepy movies. And this one is one of those really mindfuck movies, and I love it.
You said that about Rosemary's Baby, too, and it was not like that at all.
Thought it was a different movie. Not going to lie.
Shutter Island does not seem like it's creepy at all.
It's a mindfuck.
Okay, mindfuck and creepy are 2 different things.
It has the dark atmosphere of a mindfuck.
Dark mindfuck is not the same as creepy.
Can you just leave me alone?
No, because you're like saying the wrong description words
All right, so
of movies.
Ty has a tendency when he's heated, he yells. And I said, I respond, do not yell at me. And then he apologizes later and he's like, yeah, but you yell at me. And I was like, no. I don't yell at you. I speak hostily at you.
Did you say hostile? I thought you said it a different way.
I said it in a different way.
Yeah, you said something different.
But it was in
better.
the same essence of I'm hostile
But the way
you
you said it before was a lot better, though.
I can't remember.
Yeah, you need to remember.
Oh.
Write that down.
So.
What is that from? Has Ryan Reynolds.
My Favorite Murder.
No. I don't watch that. So.
Wine and Crime.
No, it's not from a damn podcast. I said it has Ryan Reynolds.
Deadpool.
No.
Deadpool 2.
Yes. No, he doesn't say write that down in those movies. It's from National Lampoon Van Wilder.
Oh, fuck if I remember that movie.
You loved it.
Oh my god!
Because they
jizzed
exactly.
off that stupid dog. No. Okay, just go to
so much
you have
jizz.
The topic. You have the topic. Just read the topic. Read the topic.
And they were. It's so warm. He's like putting it back in his mouth. So
hiding in my cocoon.
So gross.
This is awful. This is the worst.
That was like
that was the worst podcast we could have ever done. I'm sorry. That was terrible. That's like so raunchy. I hate it.
If y'all have not seen National Lampoon Van Wilder, it's one of my favorite movies. But
listen to our episode. This is terrible. It was awful.
Jesus, it's so bad.
Fuck. We don't have a video on it, but fuck.
So bad. Just that one part in there. Well, it's actually a long part, but it's not that short of a scene.
And
but
they
it's just
jerk the fucking dog off because he has huge ass balls, and then his balls go back.
And then they go back to like being that big. They're like, oh, who would have known? He's just trotting off, and his balls are so tiny. Oh, it's so good. Anyway, topic is Diane Downs.
So Diane Downs, as you know, Ty has a problem choosing topics, so I choose the topics for him.
I can pick movies all day.
A day.
Arrow looks pissed off.
He was like looking very stoically outwardly, like he was like laying on the pillow, and he was like, "Fuck this life," and then he just
just now?
Yeah, and then he circled around and then he went to sleep.
Oh, I didn't know.
Take a shot because he's cute. All right, so. Yes. Next episode, we are watching Shutter Island. You can watch Shutter Island on pretty much any platform, not like Netflix or Hulu, but like Amazon Prime. We have Vudu. We have Redbox.
Max. Fucking.
I mean, I even have it on DVD, folks. Like, this is an older movie.
All over the place. Leonardo
DiCaprio, he's my boy. And we're going to kind of circle back to our second episode because we watched Inception and it has him on it. So I'm excited about this. And then the topic is Diane Downs. If you do not know who Diane Downs is, buckle up, bitches, because it is crazy.
You sounded like, what's his name?
Words are hard. All right.
No, it's a guy's name, the short Indian guy from Parks and Recreation.
Oh, Aziz.
Aziz
Ansari.
Yeah, you sounded like him when you said that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
It's appreciated.
Yeah. Fucking better be.
Anyway, so as you know, we do have We're Not Qualified. So if you have any stories, questions, advice, confessions, pretty much anything you want to shoot our way, go to our email, inforthenight69@gmail.com, or go to our website, inforthenightpodcast.com.
You got this. I
And
believe
then
in
go
you.
to the contact, send, like, drop down thingy, whatever it is, click the button, send us an email. And what else can you find on our website,
sorry,
Lur?
yawns. Sorry.
You will not find yawns there.
You find plenty of yawns. You got this.
I asked you, what can you find
You got
there?
this.
Merchandise and Patreon. He is useless. Do not get married, folks. It's a waste of time.
Don't do it.
Wow.
What, you said it too, so.
I take care of you.
I was joking, though. You weren't. Me.
Did you stroke out?
I did. Like Chris Pine and Dungeons and
Oh
Dragons.
my God.
That was terrifying. I really thought it was him, too. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
His
And then
eye is getting really buggy.
all of a sudden,
What? Oh.
he's like, I think they're starting to realize. And he starts like bending sideways.
And then he straightens up, and then he just looks creepy.
Terrifying.
All right.
Image in my head.
That's our episode, folks. We hope we gave you a reason to stay in for the night.
And until next time, peeperinos, peace outie. 5,000.